Hey YouTube, Danny Marks here. I just wanted to let you know that I've got some things to talk about. And so I'm going to talk about them. Anyway, I just got back from the mailbox because oddly enough, the books that Amazon had been holding hostage because I didn't pay for the Amazon Prime membership showed up like the day after they were sent. So they sent them like they overnighted them. And these were two that they said hadn't, were delayed or whatever. And the one that was sent on the day that I ordered it, which was last Sunday, is still in transit, and they say probably not until Monday. So that it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's just driving me crazy. But so I have a book haul and some other things that I want to talk about because yesterday I took the train. To Seattle, took the train to Seattle, and met with some friends, and we were talking about this whole YA mafia thing, hashtag whatever that's all over Twitter and the blog averse or whatever. And I did talk about sort of that, actually the beginnings of that a while back in my Should Reviewers Write blog post. So I'll post to my video somewhere here. But if you want me to do a YA Mafia vlog, I could talk about it probably at length. And if you do, just let me know in the rectal colon area. But so I've got a book haul, but it's one less than I thought it was going to be because I thought since those books came yesterday that they would be down there. So let me start with the books that let me start with this one that I got from the library yesterday because, or the day before, because I have the least to talk about it on this one. This is Scott Westerfeld's Leviathan, and it's a steampunk book. It has pictures in it. We'll see if I actually get it read this time. I've checked it out several times before, and I've never actually made it to it because steampunk doesn't really intrigue me all that much. But I've heard really good things about this writer, and so I'm going to give it a shot. The other thing, and I'm in terms of what I'm reading right now, I'm still reading The Iron King on the Nook, which is actually, I'm reading it faster than I have been reading in the past, like I said. But I've also started listening to Crank by Ellen Hopkins in the car, like when I drive around and stuff, and I'm going through that really quickly, and I'm loving it. I was hesitant because I hadn't actually read or listened to anything in verse before, and it just seemed like, wow, a long poem, but it's really emotional and very graphic, and it's told in a very, it's not rhymey or anything like that, if anyone was worried that verse meant that it was rhymey. It's really an intriguing read about methamphetamines and how it sort of interrupts the the development of this girl, and sort of just makes it kind of go bad, which of course, of course it would, obviously. Anyway, for our, my wife runs a book club, and this month's read is The Fire Master's Mistress. And what's interesting about our library service is that they kind of go out of their way to help out book clubs and get reading sort of promoted out there. And one thing, and you'll notice that this is from a book club kit, is that for book clubs, all you have to do is sign up and sign a contract that you're a part of a book club, and then what they'll do is they'll give you a big, huge tub of books with everything you need to do to run a book club with, all the questions and stuff like that. It's all in here, as well as having the books in here as well. So that's exciting. But anyway, that's by Christy Dickinson, and I believe it's a historical romance set in the time of the Guy Fawkes incident where they tried to blow up Parliament, that kind of thing. V for Vendetta was kind of roughly, about that as well. Anyway, so I'm excited to read this, more so than our last book club pick, which was misery getting through. Anyway, so the two books that came from Amazon, the first one is Lauren Oliver's Delirium, which I'm excited to read because Lauren Oliver just got nominated for the Indie Best YA Book Award by the Independent Booksellers. And the other thing about this book in particular is I love the inside cover. Love it. Love that they put this much work into it. So I'm excited about that. see, the other thing that I think is funny about this book, because it has a little story with it, because on Twitter a while back, I said that I had gone to the bookstore, to Barnes & Noble, and had picked up Delirium by Lauren Oliver. But I guess picked up implied that I bought it. But what I really did was just sort of pick it up and put it down. And so, but everyone had said, "Oh, I'm glad you, I hope you like it. Let us know how you like it." And I just didn't say anything. And I would have bought it anyway eventually, but I felt like I needed to get it sooner than later. Because I feel like I misled people, but whatever, right? I picked it up. That's the definition of picking it up. The last book I got is Caitlin Kittredge's The Iron Thorn. And Caitlin's a friend, and I definitely wanted to get that because I've heard some really interesting things about this. And I've seen Megan the Book Addict talk about how she's kind of gotten burned out about paranormal YA stuff because it feels really the same. And this book, while there's some paranormal elements, is actually very, very different and built on the Lovecraft mythology from the early 1900s. And it's a steampunk set in the 50s, which is kind of interesting, wherein the Cold War with Russia and all that is actually, and with communism, the Cold War against communism, is actually a Cold War. The alternate history version of it is that it's a Cold War against witches and witchcraft. So it's very different. There's a lot of stuff about insanity and going crazy by the time you're 16, and it's like curses and stuff like that. And I think that people will really be surprised and kind of delighted by the dark, kind of disturbing nature of The Iron Thorn by Caitlin Kittredge. So go out and pick that up. Also, it's got a beautiful cover. It's an amazing cover with lots of like embossing, and it's insane. So that's my book haul / chatter for today. Let me know if you want me to talk about the YA Mafia or what you want me to talk about, and I'll likely do a video on it. That's it. Bye.